Bill Cosby.
It's my guy, man.
Felicia Rashad recently went on an interview and said that they feel that that the Cosby Show personified the American family to the outside world.
I agree. I mean, if we want to give hip hop so much credit for painting such a negative image of black people in our culture, then you got to give the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby, period, like a lot of credit for painting a positive example of black Americans to mainstream America.
Right. And outside as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
come on, he was a doctor.
Yeah.
His wife was a lawyer.
Yep.
All the kids went to college.
Yep.
Like, yo, and then The Different World was the spinoff show.
Yeah.
They all went to this fictional black school called Hillman. Yeah. Like, yo, Bill Cosby gave $70 million to HBCUs in his life.
How much?
Over $70 million.
$70 million?
$70 million. Over $70 million in his life he's given to HBCU.
Wow.
You know?
I mean, she feels this is some sort of systematic attempt.
I do too.
To keep him off TV. And at this point, I believe that all the networks stopped running the Cosby Show.
Nah, not all of them. They still run reruns. I think TV Land stopped running reruns, and he was supposed to have a sitcom coming on NBC next year. But they also say he was trying to buy a network.
Trying to buy NBC, yeah.
I remember I've heard stories about how, him and some of his partners were going to buy NBC when NBC was struggling in the ratings, and they had the money and everything, and NBC just wouldn't sell for whatever reason. And a lot of people say it's because he was black. I don't know. I don't like to play the race card so much, but
I mean, I can tell you a story. Mm-hmm. This is a personal story that I actually experienced. Remember at the time when Michael Jackson, all the child molestation charges were piling up against him? Mm-hmm. I met this one dude named Ronnie Newt. Him and his kids used to go to Michael Jackson's, mega mansion, and spend the night there, and that type of stuff. He would show me pictures. He had like Michael Jackson's glove on and stuff like that. And he said, "Take a look at this picture right here." It was a picture of his son at Michael Jackson's house. Like in the room. And he took the picture actually, and it's his son wearing some underwear. Like some tighty whities. He said, "They offered me $50,000 to say that Michael Jackson molested my son, and to use that picture as evidence."
Damn.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, "If Michael Jackson had molested my son, I would have killed Michael Jackson."
Damn.
And this guy's a killer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he said, "There's no way Michael Jackson touched anything."
We've heard stories.
And it was, and what I was just going to say is, all these charges came up right around the time that he acquired the Beatles catalog.
Oh, so yeah, they were, you listen, the Illuminati loves the Beatles. Okay? So once he bought that catalog, that Beatles catalog, Illuminati was like, "Oh, we got to get him." But now I've heard stories. I mean, it's adults that have grown up, there's kids that have grown up and said, "Michael never touched me." They told me to do that. They pushed me to do that.
Yeah. I think someone killed themselves after he died or something.
Probably in grief.
One of the people who accused him of or something like that.
Listen, my thing is I don't know what Michael Jackson did. I don't know what Bill Cosby did. I just know that we're walking down a dangerous path in this world when somebody can just say something. I don't care how many people said it. Mm-hmm. There's no proof, there's no evidence, but this guy is already guilty in the court of public opinion, so much so that his livelihood has been ruined. Like you said, TV Land got rid of...
His legacy has been ruined.
I don't know if it's his legacy.
Yeah, it's been tainted.
Yeah, you know what? His legacy has been ruined. Because he's Bill Cosby. He was the guy that was telling people don't curse, pull your pants up. He did everything clean all the time. He was Mr. Goody Two Shoes. So when you're that Mr. Goody Two Shoes and you got it's like having on a clean white T-shirt and you just get a little ketchup stain. It stands out like a motherfucker.
Right.
So he got a huge ketchup stain.
Right.
That's all people remember, that damn ketchup stain. Right. But I just think we're going down a very dangerous path, man, when people can just say, "Yeah, this is what he did to me," and everybody runs with it.
Right.
Everybody runs with it. Like it's not, you gotta live being known as Bill Cosby for the rest of your life.
Bill Cosby.
You know what I'm saying?
But some of the people that were saying it, like who was that one black model?
Oh, Beverly Johnson.
Beverly Johnson.
Well, Beverly Johnson never said Bill Cosby raped her. Beverly Johnson said Bill Cosby gave her a cappuccino. She drank it, realized she was drugged, started cursing him out. Bill Cosby put in her cab, told her get her the fuck out of here. And when she was on The View, Whoopi Goldberg said, "Well, did Bill Cosby rape you?" She said, "I don't know." But prior, her story was, "He threw me in a cab." So he didn't follow you to your house and rape you. So when did he rape you? And I'm not even saying she's lying, because listen, man, I've been on both ends. I've been in the situation where a young woman has said that I raped her.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
When was this?
This was this was the year 2000 or 2001 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Monk's Corner, South Carolina. I had just started on the radio at Z93 Jams in Charleston, South Carolina. I got this, big party going on because my cousin was going off to college. And there was some girls that I had met through a homeboy of mine. He had brought them to the radio station one night. So I was like, yo, invite them to the party. So they all came to the party. I left. I think it's the very next morning, I'm getting a phone call like, yo, man. No, I got a phone call saying the girl was here wilding out. I'm like, what you mean wilding out? Like, yo, she's she knocked the TV on the floor, she kicked a hole in the wall. I'm like, well, call the police. What you calling me for? Call the police. Because we had these log cabins. It's this place in Monk's Corner called Short Stay. It's got these log cabins by a lake, so we had these log cabins. So she's wrecking the room in the log cabin. So they called the police. Police get there. The girl said, I got raped. Okay, well, who raped you? She's like, I don't know. I think it was Charlamagne. What the fuck you think it was Charlamagne? Charlamagne ain't even in. Police like, who the fuck is Charlamagne? So nobody says anything. And then the next day, I get a phone call. I never forget it because it was June 8th. My homeboy had died that morning too. So I get a phone call that he died. So I go to the hood and I'm asking, yo, what happened last night? Yo, chick said she got raped, whatever. And they got your man in custody. My man is my cousin. I don't want to say his name because he has a great job right now. He ended up going to Penn State. He made a great life of himself. Right. So they was like, they got him arrested. I'm like, they got him arrested? I'm like, yo, he about to go to college. I'm like, fuck that. I go to the police station, look for a detective. I'm talking to the detective. I'm telling her everything that happened. I'm like, look, I had this party last night. I heard y'all got, my cousin in custody. He had nothing to do with it. I take full responsibility for whatever happened in the house. And she was like, well, a young girl said she got raped. I'm like, yo, nobody got raped. And then she was like, well, we don't have anybody in custody. I mean, thank you for coming down and giving us this very elaborate statement. My dumb ass. I'm like, hold up, so ain't nobody in jail? My cousin who got mad he didn't get invited to the party told me that my other cousin was in jail. So I go down there and give this fucking whole statement. 2 weeks later, they come arrest me for the rape of this girl. And the bad part about rape, and this is what I say, this is the other side that a lot of people don't look at for a guy. We're guilty until we prove ourselves innocent. Because we get arrested, then they take our blood, then they take our hair samples, DNA, whatever, and then they're like, oh, nah, it don't match. Or then a girl might change her story. I'm like, well, I don't know who did it, which happened in this case. And it's like, but I've already been charged. And of course the charges will get dropped, you know what I'm saying? I think for mine, they got brought down to contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Because at the time I was like 20 and the girl was like 17. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, that's fucked up. So I understand both sides. So it's hard for me. This is just me speaking as a man, and this is the perspective we don't look at. Whenever I hear about these situations, a guy getting accused of rape allegations, I don't rush to conclusions, bro. Yeah. Because I've been on the side where, I ain't do shit. And I know a lot of other guys who really didn't do anything. Not saying that girls be lying, because I know a lot of girls who've been really raped too. But I'm just not rushing to conclusions. So I'm not going to be the guy that hangs Bill Cosby in the court of public opinion. His eyes already busting out his goddamn head enough because of that fucking invisible noose that's hanging around his neck. Fucking eye just busting out the goddamn bando, just all poked out because of that invisible noose that's choking the shit out of him.